Welcome back to Into the Radius for Meta Quest. In this video, we're going to be taking on the second mission in the game. And along the way, I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks on how to survive and thrive in the zone. Now, before we get started, take a minute to click the S in the corner to subscribe. Heading for 25,000 subscribers, it would be fantastic to have you on the team. Also, like, share, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the video, or the game, or any tips or tricks that you have for Into the Radius. Now, we just finished the second tutorial, which shows up after you complete the first mission, but you can do that on your own. We're going for live experience in the zone. And some things have shown up in the base after we came back from the tutorial, and one of those things is a Regen artifact. Condition is about half. Now, if you press the trigger on the Regen artifact, it will regenerate your health. And the fastest way to turn it off is to put it in your pack when you're done. Just like that, and it shuts off. Because it will degrade and disappear eventually. Now, we have knives on our arms. We also have a detector that showed up. So that's going to come in handy. We have probes. Personally, I like to put some spare probes in my pack in case I lose some probes in the zone. I always have backups. We can take this tape out and we'll throw it on the pile over here. We're going to check the time, which is always good when you come back, start planning. It's too late to go out tonight, 7 p.m., so we're going to end up sleeping here, and then we'll head out on this mission in the morning. Let's see. We have one flashlight here, so we can sell this one. And we're going to go sell some more things that we couldn't sell previously because we had to do the training before we could access the store. Okay, so this is a magazine for the Glock, the G17. We have some oil that has shown up for cleaning, so we can actually start cleaning some weapons. Maybe we'll go over that. We need a couple more supplies for that. We have a shotgun. That'll go over our shoulder. We can take this to sell. That's just empty. Alright, let's head over to the store and we'll get rid of some of this stuff. And maybe buy some items. More probes there. Buy some items to kit out our Glock. So, the Glock, if I can grab it, is in red condition. That means we can't repair it ourselves. So use the repair locker here. Just click repair, throw it in, it'll give you a price. So 200 to repair the Glock. Magazine we can't repair ourselves either because it's in the red. So 249 to repair both of those. We're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to head over here. Now these are the items that we got the last time we were in the zone to sell. So we're just going to throw those into the store bin here, as well as this. I'll keep one of these to show you how to repair, and then we're actually just going to get rid of the rest of these because I'm going with the Glock, which uses different ammo, so I'm just going to toss all those in there, and we don't need that box. I think this shard is a sellable, can be exchanged for a bit of cash. Artifacts that are only sellable, really, we'll say something to that effect in the description. We're going to keep the buckshot. We're going to lose the 9x18, even though I might switch to that later. But by the time we switch, we probably won't be using the full metal jacket. We'll be using armor piercing. Okay, don't need that one either. And that one doesn't have a magazine in it. Toss that in there, don't need it. Don't need these. You can hoard weapons or you can just sell them. So it's up to you. So we get 700 out of that. Now we have security level 1, which we can't get the headlamp. That's security level 2, but we really want that when it hits security level 2. We've got lots of med injectors for now. So let's see what else we can do. Food we can buy. We don't really need it. Recreational goods. We'll check out the guitar. You get one for free. I don't know why you need one in the store if you lose it. Kind of your own fault. Don't need a camera for the next mission. You need that for some missions. You can find cameras in the zone, but they're trap cameras. You can't use them for missions. So if you have a paparazzi mission, which requires you to take photos of enemies, you need to buy one in the store. Combat equipment. We can buy a knife, and that's about it. The rest... Oh, we could buy a monocular or a spotting scope. Don't need it. Armor, we can't purchase yet. It's out of our security level. Weapon cleaning. We want to get a ramrod, and we want to get a paper roll for patches. So that's going to allow us to clean. We can't really afford much else other than we want another magazine at least for the Glock. 3 would be nice. Maybe we will go for 3. It's tricky because you don't want to buy too much for a weapon that you're not going to keep. Now we may end up switching if I keep this run to the OC 33, but for now we're going to go with the Glock. I think I will buy a 3rd magazine. And then some ammunition. So the only thing we can get right now is the FMJ. If we could, we should buy the armor piercing because that's the best. Okay, so we've got ammo. That should be enough for the next couple missions. So we're gonna buy all that. That gives us 1100. That can go there. That can go there. Swap those around. And we can actually just load them up right now. And then probably sell one of these boxes. Okay, that one's full. That can go back there. We're going to sell that. Okay, that one's full. So that'll go there. Come on. Okay, that'll go there. Alright. We have some ammo for the shotgun. We won't be using it that much. So let's just sell that. Okay. We did manage to unlock some other weapons. The PPSH, if we could afford it. And the TT-33. I'm not too keen on the automatic weapons at this point in the game. You really don't have access, security level wise or cash, to very good long weapons, but before too many missions you can pick them up in the zone. Okay, so our magazine is now fully repaired. Okay, so that is going to go in the weapon, and the Glock is ready to rock and roll. So let's go clean up that PM just so you can see how the weapon cleaning works. Back over here, take out our paper, our rod. So this is in the yellow, which means we have to use the oil and the brush. Just give it a spritz, it starts to shine, and then start brushing. And you can see we're already in the blue. Sometimes it takes a little longer. Sometimes you gotta fiddle a bit with the positioning. So now we take the ramrod and the paper, pull the trigger on the paper to put a patch out like that, get it on the rod, and then insert it into the barrel. And move back and forth, and that is all there is to cleaning the firearms. Although, okay, can we get one of those? Yeah. You can also clean magazines that are in the yellow, I believe. This is probably in the red. Yeah, so we can't do that. Magazines will just jam more if they're not in good condition. So we don't actually need this weapon. We'll go ahead and sell that. We'll just leave it here for now. We don't need to sell it. If you're going to go on a long mission, you're going to want to take the oil, the brush, the patch, and the rod with you so that you can clean your weapon along the way. This is going to be sold too, so we'll just leave that there. So we've got 3 boxes of ammo. One of these is low, 13, and the buckshot. We've got probes there. I usually carry an extra detector as well, but we'd have to buy one right now. We'll probably find one, but we have knives. We should buy another knife or 2. Let's do that, because that conserves ammo if we can use the knives. And the knives will degrade surprisingly fast, and then they just disappear. So you can go through a lot of knives if you're actually using them. Only $3? Why is it not detecting the weapon? Is this the first weapon? Is that why? Oh, 75. There we go. Alright, so now we want to scroll back up to combat equipment, and we'll buy 3 more knives. We will go through those in not too many missions. You find knives in the zone, but it's rather random, so be prepared is a good motto for Into the Radius. Okay, so let's do some checks. We have our flashlight. It sucks, but we need it until we get the headlamp. We have knives. Our health is good. We have probes. We have detector. We have our Glock. We have 2 extra magazines, and we have extra ammo. We have our shotgun. We are good to go in the morning. So let's head back to our room here. We can play some guitar. There's a coin as a pick, and press Y to play. So leave a comment if you can figure out what song that was, and I will reveal it at the end of the video. But yeah, with some practice, you can play the chords you want. It's not going to sound American Idol or anything like that. But there you go. Guitar if you get lonely in the zone, because multiplayer is just not going to happen. All right, so what checks do we need? I think we're pretty good. We can check the tide. We've got 3 days, so we've got plenty of time left on the tide. Let's get some sleep. I like to take missions in the evening because it doesn't matter about the time, and in certain cases the missions can re-roll. Not at this point because it's so early, but Total Recall and Pervomay route. So this is actually at the warehouse that we were at last video, so it's already clear. Because it's the same tide, those enemies will not respawn. So we can just walk right in there really, but we may do some other stuff in the zone. Let's see. So, retrieve the yellow photo film roll in the marked area. Find the yellow photo film roll. So we're going to start the mission, and then we're going to get some rest. This wake up time is an absolute time. It's not, you know, hours of sleep. If I put 6 on here, we're going to wake up at 6 a.m. And I find that's a pretty good time to get into the zone. It can still be a little dark, but you want to get a jump on the zone so that you can get in and get out before dark. All right, and that time stays there, so we're just going to click sleep. It's now 6 a.m. Our stamina has reduced a bit, so we're going to grab some food. I'm going to peel open the can, some on our knife, and just eat some beef, I think. Premium quality. I prefer pineapple. Swole Slider says eat your pineapple, but in this case all we have is beef. Okay, mission is still accepted. There's our M1 at the warehouse, so we're just heading straight there. Check our gear again. We're good to go. So we're going to head out over here, and we will drop a save before we head into the zone, because you can always forget something. This game really tempts you to save spam. So there is an autosave, but save often, especially in the later levels. Again, we're going to head through the center. We haven't opened up those other pathways yet. You can see it's still pretty dark, but we're going to an area that we've already cleared. Alright, here we are in the zone. It's pretty dark, and actually the game crashed there, so I'm glad we saved, because all our prep is still in place. I was able to reload. So, you know, I was just talking about save spamming. You know, the game's new, so there's going to be issues like that. So don't be afraid to save. Okay, it is too dark really right now. This is not a good time to be in the zone, but I've already cleared this area of enemies, not anomalies, so we still have to probe. Now, there's an anomaly field up on this ridge here, so I think we'll go up there and see if we can detect the artifact up there. Now, I found the best way to get to this anomaly field is actually to circle around. Kind of looks like a fragment out there, but I don't think it is. I think it's just foliage. There's still some enemies to our left, so we're going to try to stay over here on the right. Our detector is clicking because of that artifact up on this ridge here, so that's where we're going to head. I'm going to take my flashlight out because I don't think there's... Uh-oh. That's a spawn. That one was probably the one that was trapped last time. Okay, we got 2 stabs. It's going to come back again. Probably. Yep. It's trying to get to us. And here comes a jump. We're going to start strafing. It's on the tree here. Okay. And we got it. So, let's get our probes again. You generally don't want to be chasing spawns around in this lighting. Okay, so the anomaly field is up here, and it's a relatively large one. So we're going to turn our flashlight off, and we're going to get our detector and our probes are the tools we're going to use here. So remember, the spheres are reflector anomalies, and they will spit lasers back out at us. So when you come up to an anomaly field, you just want to probe. Even though some things will react badly to probes, you still want to probe to see where everything is, and you want to keep track of the extents of everything. So it looks like we have a pathway right on the side of this cube, and we won't be in that reflector yet, but we'll go slow. Okay, so that's there. I think we can get around this way. That was the reflector. We hit it with the probe, so that's not good. throw our probes a bit lower. Okay, I think we can still get in here. Okay. So, we're going to skirt this reflector. And you can see our detector is showing green towards these logs. If we go somewhere else, it goes blue. That's the wrong direction. You want higher frequency of clicking and brighter green. Once it's about like that, you want to press the trigger. It'll flash, and we have what's called a blank artifact. So that's just a sellable. Our detector is dead. There's no more artifacts here. So we're going to turn around and make our way out, which is skirting this reflector on our right. The anomalies don't move, so you can just take the same way out that you took in. So the process here doesn't change with the anomalies. You just want to circle around until you find a way in. Now there's a couple anomaly fields in the game that are really dense, and it's quite tricky to find the way in. You got to go slow, you got to go in baby steps, you got to probe a lot. Sometimes you got to crouch, but there is a way in. This game is a lot about patience. Okay, so the warehouse is just up there. There is an outpost over there, which has some enemies. There is a chance the game spawned some enemies back in. It does that sometimes when you accept missions. I'm not sure if that'll be the case here, but we've got our sidearm out. It's curious, that gas wasn't there. It didn't look green when we came in the last time. There's some artifacts up there. There's some missions to do with that structure, but we don't have protection yet. I like going into the warehouse over here because it's an isolated entrance. Over there, we kind of expose ourselves to the road if we go through that side. While we're here, let's put that blank artifact in our pack. Doesn't need to be in our pouch to clutter things up. There's nothing stopping us from going in there now. We just take a bunch of damage from the gas. So you can also double hold weapons for stability and accuracy. I heard something scream. The fragments will scream when they detect you, and then they'll start lumbering towards you. Mimics will just start shooting. So I don't think any enemies have spawned in. I am getting a tick. No? Something's around. I hear footsteps. Sounds like a fragment. Just outside, probably. Yeah. So we'll let him come in before we take care of him. You'll find out the weapon power varies quite a bit. The Glock is quite a bit more powerful than the PM. So the film, if it's where it usually is in here. Gotta clear these, find a circular motion does well, and head in here. And I may have missed a folder here, a sellable. Is that? That's not one. Maybe I didn't. Okay, so you want to just check around in drawers here. We really should just look at the map, at the mission. Oh, there's a knife. Don't need a cigarette. There's a little light there. I don't like those lights, but some people use them. Let's just look at the map. We'll turn on our little light. So we are right on the spot where the film should be. It seems like they haven't changed the location. We just got to look around a bit more. You can pick up these notes and read them all. We've got energy drink, snack bar. We'll just eat that snack bar. Don't see the film yet. Okay, so it can be a little confusing. This little yellow 35mm film canister, that's the mission objective. And if I take out my folder now and switch to, that was odd, the mission tab, this is done, 1 of 1, and the map marker has turned white. This is just a sellable, which is a sample container, but you might mistake that for some sort of film. So, our current mission is now accomplished. So we can head out, try to get these to reduce again. Somewhat easier with the headlamp. Turn that off. Get our sidearm ready in case there's any resistance out here. Alright. There's another anomaly field here. We may draw the attention of the mimics over there. They might even start shooting at us at this range. One of the things you have to decide for yourself playing this game is how long to spend on each mission, because you can go and get a whole bunch of artifacts and loot, or you can just do your mission and get out. So that's just going to be another sellable. Let's put the sellables over there. Now we've done an anomaly field. I think we'll do one more anomaly field because there's one close by, and then we'll head out. I don't want to have too many spoilers in these getting started videos. So like I said, there's a bunch of artifacts in those structures, but we would get damaged by the gas. There's probably going to be a fragment up there, maybe over here. But there's an anomaly field over here, and there's also the pathway to another map that we could go through. There's nothing stopping us, but the enemies on that next map are more powerful than the ones on this map, and we don't have any armor yet. So it's a new area, so we'll probe a bit. If you're throwing probes with reflectors around, you want to keep moving. That way, if they shoot lasers back, you're not in the same spot taking a laser hit or whatever those things are. So here we kind of have an anomaly field of cubes. We're getting a tick from our detector. A flare here. Just shoot that off, don't need it. And we have a crate, a loot crate, and probably another stash note. So the white crates contain weapons, or can contain weapons. It's random, but each map has a certain pool that these crates can draw from. So we got buckshot, magazine to sell. What is that? 7.62 by 25 FMJ. I mean, maybe we'll keep that. I'm not sure. 9 by 18. This looks like it's for the PPSH. Yeah. Okay, so that's done. That pathway is to Pobeda Factory. The artifact looks like it's this way. So we're gonna get our probes. We've got a cube there. We've got a reflector here, but I think we can get on the side of this reflector and on the side of that cube. And that seems like almost where... Okay. Just be patient, wait for the anomalies to come back out. You can just toss probes low so they won't roll into reflectors. Okay, it's this way. Yeah, we've got a cube beside us. Gauge that reflector's diameter. Seems like we can get on the edge of this reflector here. And it's weird. Okay, definitely this way. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. And there we go. We got another blank artifact. Don't get too excited when you see the artifact. You still gotta get over there and get back. So we're gonna turn around. We've got cubes on this side, reflectors on this side. So we're gonna follow the edge of this reflector, and then we're gonna follow the edge of these cubes. Is how we got in. It's real easy to get complacent, think you know exactly where to go, and then rush. And that's how you get damaged. Okay. So, we are in and out with another artifact to sell. And no damage. And it's noon. We're going to drop a save, because that's how we do. And I was tempted to go through that path and show you a bit of the factory, but I won't spoil that. We'll just head back. There's more locations here in Pervomay route. There's more missions, more things to explore. But for now, we've got, I think, $2 grand coming to us for the film. We've got everything to sell. Probably end up with something like $3 grand in total. I think we have, you know, maybe 700 left. So let's get a new knife out. There we go. Let's examine our nice weapons. Put that back. Okay. Tempting to go down there, but not worth it. Not yet. This expedition, we really benefited from having cleared out the factory before, because we didn't have to take out any mimics. Just leftover spawn from here and a wandering fragment. You can see a mimic on top of that structure there. That will be another mission. There's a rift over there. Now, one of the interesting thing about rifts is that there are missions to gather what are called broken shards. They might start shooting at me. Actually, that's the rift right there. That's not a mimic. There are mimics over there, but I think that's a rift that I'm seeing, that splotch. Or it's just part of the structure. Anyways, as I was saying, there's missions to get what's called a broken shard. Now, broken shards come from some rifts. Not all rifts. Some of the rifts will give you a complete shard, like I picked up last time, and some rifts, when you shoot them or stab them or destroy them, they will give you a broken shard. Now, if you destroy all the rifts in a location, you will clear out the shards and broken shards. And then if you take a mission to collect broken shards after you've already destroyed the rifts, that mission will be uncompletable, if that's a word, because there will be no more broken rifts, or sorry, broken shards to collect. So we don't have a reason to go over to that outpost, so we're just going to leave it, aside from some loot that would be there. But we'll go back next time. We'll take more missions. If I do a third video on this run, and we'll probably do the other side of the map, which is the train yard, that outpost, collecting broken shards. Some ambient noises that are making me jump a bit, that I'm not used to. There's some loot down here with these vehicles. We can maybe just duck in here and have a look. And in my first video for getting started, I didn't go on top of the kind of block post over there, which there's probably some loot up there as well. Let's see, I don't want to get stuck on anything. We can sprint a bit. There shouldn't be any enemies over here. So there's some 9x19, which we actually are using. And then nothing else here, but I thought I heard a footstep that wasn't my own. Maybe that was my own. That happens sometimes. Alright, and this is just another PM magazine from the looks of it. I would suggest saving before you travel back to base. It's basically good practice to save before you enter the mist. That way, if there's some sort of loading glitch, at least while the game is still new on MetaQuest, you will not lose your progress. But I'm seeing the autosave icon go, so we'll just leave it at that. Alright, made it back again. So we are going to head to the delivery locker and we'll drop off the film. Light is green, complete. So that gave us $2 grand, we're up to $3 grand. The economy is much better, or easier in the Quest version than the PCVR version. That is PP91. We're just going to sell all of this. We'll just stick this on. Oh! There we go. Okay, samples container is a big ticket item. Blank artifacts are pretty good as well. Anything else we're going to sell? May as well sell this. We don't have a weapon for it just now. Okay, and that's it. To sell. So, it used to show you the breakdown here. Oh, there we go. So you can see the samples container is 300, which is pretty good. The blank artifacts are 200 apiece. So that puts us up over $4 grand, and we do not have security level 2 yet, so there's really nothing else we can get here. We could just get more ammo. But let's head back in our room here. We'll see what the computer says next. So now we have a bunch of missions we could take. Paparazzi means you're going to go get a camera from the store and you're going to try to take pictures of various enemies, right? Thankfully, they're showing you the enemies here. In the beta, you had to wait till you were out in the zone to see them. But this is great. So a spawn and a fragment. If you haven't killed all the spawns and fragments, then you just got to have your camera out, look through the viewfinder, pull the trigger, and it'll say whether you got a good shot or whether you got nothing. So next time we go out, if I keep this run, I'll just take all 4 of these. They're all in Pervomay route. We've got 2 days left on the tide, which means we could do all these in one run. Samples courier is get a samples container. You saw what those look like. Metastasis is what I was talking about. Find the special rift, destroy it, and bring back the broken shard. So this is where I was saying there were mimics and a rift, and I didn't go there because of this. If we had gone there and destroyed the rift and killed the mimics, we would not be able to complete this mission because we wouldn't be able to get this broken shard. So that's there. Shoot the rift, get the broken shard, and in and out is find the neon. So this is a specific artifact. So that looks like the anomaly field that we went through already on the ridge. But if we were to take this mission, we could go back to that anomaly field and there would be a new artifact, the neon, to get. It says use protective gear. There's no gas there, so I assume protective gear means use a helmet or armor, which I don't think we have access to, but we'll go look. No, we didn't get another security level, so there's no protective gear to use, which is kind of odd. But just detect it like any other artifact. And that's it. That's those 4 missions. We could take them all, do them in one day. But we're not going to do that right now. What we are going to do, though, is what you should do after every mission, is take care of your firearm, which we didn't use any condition there. Just fired a couple shots, so that's fine. Check the condition on the magazine. It's good, too. So the Glock is still ready to rock. Knives you cannot repair, so those will just get progressively worse until they disappear. A little bit of stamina loss. Didn't I open that? Curious. Did I put one in there that I opened? I don't know what happened to that open can of meat. Anyways, there you have it. More tips and tricks to help you get started as an explorer in the zone. If you haven't already, take a minute to click the S in the corner to subscribe. Heading for 25,000 subscribers. It would be fantastic if you were one of them. Also, like, share, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the video or the game, or any tips or tricks you have for Into the Radius. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.